always been very difficult to arrange for equity for loans for properties that have an equity need of between $1 to $5 million. There are just a handful of funds that make those kinds of equity investments. And you see, the reason it's so hard is because the best investors for those size deals are typically private investors, mom and pop investors, private investors, friends and family, and other smaller investors. So in raising equity for these small deals, there are many sponsors out there who are very good at raising these mom and pop or these $1 to $5 million equity raises. They might call up friends, family. They might be very busy wining and dining potential investors or hanging around their golf club looking for rich investors there. And that's typically how it's been done for many, many years. But I question sometimes if those sponsors that are so good at raising equity are as good at managing the properties and finding the properties to buy. And I sometimes wonder if those sponsors are really the sponsors you want to run your real estate deal. And you see, I think that Realty Mogul provides a solution to that concern that I've had for a long time. And that is that Realty Mogul gives sponsors who maybe don't have that great schmooze factor the ability to raise equity through a very structured platform and to get their equity requests out to potential investors without having to be personable, without having to know everybody in town, without having to have contacts and connections, which is typically how equity got placed in the past for these small deals. So I decided to put Realty Mogul to the test myself on seeing how good they were at raising equity for small sponsors. You see, because not only am I an investment banker, but my partner and I have been buying apartments outside of my regular job. And while I certainly have contacts and use those to raise a good deal of the equity, I thought I'd let Realty Mogul try to raise some of the capital for my deals as well. And I was very happy that I did, because first, they were tough. They reviewed our investor prospectus and asked lots and lots of questions. They reviewed our partnership agreement and asked lots of questions and insisted that we change some of the things in there. Don't think I've seen any other investor do that. And they underwrote the package and put it on their site, and Realty Mogul was successful in raising the capital they said they'd raise for our small apartment investments. So I saw that Realty Mogul really could perform. And after I used them to raise capital for me, I said, well, I'd like to see how they treat their investors, because those investors are the investors in my own deal, and I wanted to know what they're doing. So I said, I'm going to make a small investment myself in another Realty Mogul deal, so I can see what the paperwork looks like and the back of the house information looks like. So I went online one night and looked to find a Realty Mogul deal to invest in. Problem is, I went online, I found a deal, I liked it, I read the stuff, and I had planned to invest $5,000 in it. What happened was, as I read the deal, I thought the deal was so good that I ended up investing $25,000 that night sitting at my desk. So that's because Realty Mogul had good deals on their site, and I thought that all the information I needed was described in that prospectus online. Time went by. I've referred a few clients to Realty Mogul for their fundraising needs, and I think last March, Realty Mogul let me know that they were starting to work on a large raise for their platform, an outside equity raise. And I just think that Realty Mogul has so much future potential that I told them I thought that was a great idea, and I asked if I could invest myself in the Realty Mogul platform. Thank goodness they had a little bit of extra room, and I was able to invest along with the institutional investors that have invested in Realty Mogul to help them build the platform up. And the reason I'm so excited about this is because being in the finance placement business, I just know there's always been a hole in the market for equity raising for the $1 to $5 million deals. And I believe that Realty Mogul will give those very experienced sponsors without the network to raise equity the ability to reach out and let other investors invest in their deals. So I'm excited, and I plan to invest in more of their deals myself. Thank you.